Hey, boo, hey, we back in for another one. This is one thing I wish I could go back and tell the younger me or the me that was stuck in burnout, guilt, self-neglect. I recently did actually 2 podcasts, one with Michelle May, and we're almost at 2K downloads of people hearing my story and testimony. And then I recently did one on a nursing podcast where they were asking about my background of being a nurse for over 25 years and being in leadership and being a mom and doing all the things. And I started talking about my health and how I almost had a stroke before 40 and how I had health complications that were even that and losing babies and all that. And this is a warning to you that what I wish I could go back and tell her is showing up for everybody else, thinking that people pleasing was going to lead me in the right direction. Do you know that that's self-betrayal? Do you know that's self-sabotage? So what I want to tell my younger version, and even if this sounds like you and you can resonate with my story, I want you to understand that boundaries and people pleasing cannot coexist. That is the lesson. What I mean by that is if you have boundaries, then you don't people please because you stand on your boundaries. And boundaries mean that they are for you as guardrails in your life to understand what you're going to stand on and what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. Because a lot of times people pleasing comes from perfectionistic tendencies. Because most of the time, if you leaning in a little bit more with me, you're a perfectionist, you're an overachiever. Because that's part of the game. That's what we have to do. You have to figure out how you leading in life. So what I wish I could go back and tell her is you don't got to lead like that. You could be a little softer. You can have boundaries and not be considered mean. And remember, if boundaries are for you and people are becoming very irritated by your boundaries, it's because they were benefiting from your lack of them. That is the lesson. I wish I could go back and tell her. You know why? Because that helped me come out from burnout. That helped me bounce back twice. Stress is real. Burnout is real. When you hit the wall, it's no joke. You don't have nothing to do but figure out how you're going to figure it out. And if you're not good, then nothing else around you is good because everything flow through you. And so if you have nothing to give, who's watering you? So my question I had to learn from all the people pleasing and being a nurse anesthesiologist and doing all the things and leadership and wifing and doing all the things. Where was Janine? Was her boundary strong? Is she standing on it? What they say, is she 10 toes down? I had to learn how to be 10 toes down on the boundaries. And guess what? It gave me more peace. It gave me more mindfulness. It gave me less mental load fatigue. It helped me function more from my prefrontal instead of dealing with my emotional brain. I got more clear on logically thinking how I'm moving. It got me in more alignment because as you continue to grow, growth is done in discomfort. And most of the time when you're in perfection, you don't want nobody to judge your discomfort. But when you become comfortable with being uncomfortable, and when you understand that the shift is very important, that is pivoting you to where you need to go, sometimes you have to let go of what no longer serves you. And that could be people, that could be places, that could be things. And so I wish I could go back and tell her that. And so if this resonates with you, then I want you to think about it and say, what is one thing I could do to not stand on people pleasing and start standing on my boundaries? Because boundaries are for you. That's what I wish I could go back and tell her. And we talk more about this in the I Choose Me bootcamp. So if this is something that you're interested in, I want you to go ahead and book a free breakthrough call with me at coachjanine.com. I want to see you. I want to see you win. We just had another woman sign up. I'm so grateful. We're in week 2 of the I Choose Me bootcamp. It is 12 weeks. It is where you learn how to have a personal roadmap for harmony, life, love, and leadership. It is where we talk about how we beat burnout and go through overwhelm. We talk about how we can build confidence and self-love, and we have so much more. But those are the 3 core things that you get, that you learn, and you do it in 90 days. Because guess what? When you show up better for yourself, I don't look like what I've been through. But guess what? I lived it. I'm true to it because I lived it. And I've got to help other women do it. And as an author, we've sold hundreds of books and seen transformations from women learn how to choose themselves and never lose themselves again. So these are all tools. And as I said in the group coaching call yesterday, I told them I'm here to give you tools for your toolbox because this is going to be something that is life. Life is a journey. And you need this up and down. But it's what tools do I activate at what level? And am I making baby steps? So that's what I want you to leave with today. This is Coach Janine. Like I told you, have a blessed day. Bye bye.